Hello friends, a Mi-24 Jin from the Ukrainian Army Aviation is heading out on a new infantry support mission. That's definitely an impressive high-performance takeoff, with which the pilot surely gave the cameraman a new haircut. But heroes don't just fly, they jump like this hare that neutralized a horde attack drone waiting for a defender. But its operator didn't know that even nature is against the invaders. Eternal glory to Vox the hare. Speaking of thermal cameras, a Dovish-type attack drone literally gives Putin's kiss right in the face to an invader who was riding in a tactical Bukhanka pickup. What a great way to start the week. On the other hand, the invaders are publishing records of the work of their robotic forces, as in this case, showing how one of their Omic-type unmanned ground vehicles tows a fellow Oculier-type vehicle that has been damaged in combat operations. The most interesting part of the footage is how the Omic robotic system uses an integrated biocomputer to navigate through the terrain, which is supported in its work by a second biocomputer. Most devices are defective and slow, causing the horde to lose about 1,500 daily biocomputers are usually expensive, especially when preparing 1,500 each day. Generally, biocomputers tend to be very expensive, since preparing one requires at least 18 years of intense work. However, the Mortarite Federation is known for the very low value it gives to its biocomputers, which also require at least 18 years of care, but to which Mordor assigns zero value. But come on, at least we have to admit that these disposable biocomputers are completely compostable, which is positive for the environment. Continuing with the biocomputers, one of them was guiding a Kamaz truck that was towing an old M46 cannon from the 1950s along a road inside Mordor. But it didn't notice the presence of a civilian vehicle, which it squashed flat, ruining the whole afternoon for the civilian who was driving it. Apparently, there have been a large number of accidents between heavy military vehicles and civilian vehicles, in which the latter usually get the worst of it. This MiG-29 from the Air Force also shoots down one of Ivan's strategic attack vultures, but in this case, using an air-to-air missile over the Rivne region. I agree that the same objective is achieved, but the cost is astronomically different. Alive. On the oil sanctions front, long-range Ukrainian Mosquitoes carried out a precision strike against the Lazarevo line pumping station in Russia's Kirov region. Kirov, during the night of May 31, causing a major fire in two crude oil storage tanks that have a combined capacity of 630,000 barrels of oil. The station is located more than 1,200 kilometers from territory controlled by Ukraine, and it is a critical node of the pipeline that transports crude oil from Western Siberia to Russian refineries, Belarus, and to export terminals on the Baltic Sea, such as Primorsk, which makes it a strategic target within the Russian energy infrastructure. The Ukrainian General Staff confirmed the incursion as part of an operation that also targeted the Saratov refinery and a fuel depot in Rostov. Satellite images and eyewitness recordings showed thick columns of black smoke, as well as indicating damage to the storage tanks. In an impressive demonstration of its capabilities, the new 175th Independent Assault Regiment Code 9.2 has released a video showing literally dozens of attacks far behind the invaders' lines. The recorded raids are carried out both during the day and at night using night vision, infrared, and thermal systems, which show precision attacks against high-value targets such as air defense systems, heavy artillery, radars, trucks, tankers, and logistical vehicles, many of them located at distances of up to 150 kilometers from the front line, which was unachievable just 6 months ago. According to the unit, the video records 70 combat sorties, of which 59 were carried out with darts drones and 11 with attack drones. Dobush T-20, which Ukrainian operators used to attack Russian military and logistical assets, moving along the routes that supply the Crimean Peninsula and the Southern Front, running parallel to the coast of the Sea of Azov in the Zaporizhzhia sector. Among the confirmed losses are Buk-M2 and Tor-M2 air defense systems, a 2S-7 Pion self-propelled gun, a P-18, Terek radar, 31 trucks, 8 light vehicles, a tanker truck, and an excavator. The Dart series of medium-range attack drones represents a family of loitering munitions developed in Ukraine, optimized for medium-range attacks. These agile winged drones offer greater range, payload capacity, and resistance to electronic warfare, allowing them to penetrate deep into contested airspace. For its part, the Dovush T-20 can operate as a carrier of attack drones or as a medium-range attack platform, carrying a significant warhead. It is generally used for long-range attacks against armored or high-value targets. Both systems take advantage of advanced features such as autonomous target acquisition and tracking, infrared thermal seekers, and enhanced navigation to counter Russian jamming. This allows operators to maintain effectiveness even when radio communications are affected, which represents a key evolution in Ukraine's unmanned systems. The Code 9.2 unit began in 2022 as a reconnaissance platoon within the 92nd Assault Brigade, initially conducting foot patrols. By the end of 2022, the unit integrated drones for aerial reconnaissance, quickly recognizing their potential and shifting to dedicated attack drone operations. The unit's success led to rapid expansion, evolving from a platoon specializing in observation and bombing drones to an assault company, then to the 475th Assault Battalion in early 2025, and now to a full regiment. It remains under the 92nd Assault Brigade, but operates with large battalions, combining advanced UAV capabilities with tanks, artillery, and infantry fighting vehicles. The regiment has neutralized thousands of Russian targets, and in 2024 alone, reported destroying more than 7,000 targets, including 1,500 vehicles. Led by Andriy Oldmashenko, who in his civilian life was an IT technician, the unit focuses on maximizing enemy casualties and minimizing their own, integrating foreign volunteers. Meanwhile, it continues to innovate with new unmanned systems technologies. To finish, a defender shows us a life hack he found to cut the hair on the back of his neck precisely. That's what it means to make the most of available resources. If you want to see additional content about the war in Ukraine, I invite you to visit our 2 new channels where we present information about the war in a different format. Don't forget to check them out. Remember to visit our Patreon, where for just $1, you'll have access to a large number of uncensored videos and documentaries. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.